Welcome to Project Me TV. I'm Tiffany Carter, and let's talk about my best manifestation practices. So I've used these to really attract everything that I've deeply desired in my life, from the very house I'm sitting in now, from this ring to my brand, Project Me with Tiffany, and so much more. Now, one of three things happens when I use the word manifestation with someone. It's either like, what the heck is that? Or two, that sounds way out there, like some weird, like metaphysical stuff. Or three, that's my jam, tell me more. Here's the thing, don't even listen to this video, skip to a different video of mine if you're not gonna be open to learning about manifestation and my best manifestation practices, because that defeats the whole purpose of it. It's all about having the energy and the belief and the faith. So if you're already starting with none, I'm not the person or the place to start with, okay? So the first step is you need to be clear on your desires. A lot of us think that we're clear, but we just all store it up here, right? We're like, oh, well, I want to have a house in this certain neighborhood and I want to make $1 million. That's too vague. You need to be crystal clear and detailed. The more detail, the better. And I'm talking from, you need to be printing out pictures from Redfin and Zillow. What's the square footage of the house? What neighborhood? What school district? What's the backyard look like? What kind of colors? The more detail, the better. Now, what helps people and what helps me get into that detail is writing it down. There is actual scientific proof that taking pen to paper goes much deeper into your subconscious and into your emotions than just typing something. So it is very important that you actually write this down and take that time. This is not an exercise that just happens like in an hour. This is something to have fun with that you do ongoing in your life. But for those like main like 5 things that you highly desire in your life, take the time over the next week or so and make a list. Now, for me, I like using a certain planner to do this because the planner I use, Inner Guide Planners, they actually prompt you into asking you questions. And it's not a manifestation planner. It's actually like a yearly planner that you would buy, a new one every year. But they do a lot of goal setting that has to do with your internal and external goals. And it helps prompt me into this manifestation practice. So I just use this one. This is one of their yearly planners. Of course, it's in purple because, Project Me Purple, I have to do that. But you can use anything. That just happens to be my favorite. The key is pen to paper, and I'd rather you keep it somewhere like that's all intact. I'm someone who works really well with workbooks and when I'm prompted with questions, and I find that that really helps other people as well. So another exercise that you do to layer on top of this is to create a vision board. So have a visual representation of what it is you deeply desire. This is also a fun practice and you incorporate it in your life. So go back to when I said like you print out that dream home that you found like on Zillow. You use magazines and cut out pictures of people that maybe like have that fit body you want, or maybe they look really happy or peaceful, they have an emotion you want, or travel pictures, like you want to go to the Maldives or you want to go to Italy or something like that. I want you to cut them all out and not think about, oh, will this fit on my board, or am I going to have enough room on my board? Cut them all out, almost be like playful, like a kid. And cut a ton out, keep them in a folder, and then when you feel you've have enough things and you feel satisfied, your heart, your soul feels satisfied that you've covered everything that you truly want to manifest into your life, then you get out an actual physical board, some kind of, cardboard, any kind of board, go to a craft store, whatever works for you. And then you can start placing your words, your pictures, and everything on your board that speaks to you. One little thing I always tell people to include on their board is to write a check to yourself. Make sure you put void on it so no one steals it and tries to catch it. But write a check to yourself. So I have a check right now that is literally written to my business, Project Me with Tiffany Carter, for $1 million. And I've signed it and I made sure I wrote void somewhere on that so no one could steal it. And I don't put a date. I used to put a date, but I learned a date can kind of mess with my head, and anything that messes with your head with manifestation will affect the process. So I put on there universal timing. Some people put divine timing or leave it blank. You're trusting that the universe, you're trusting that the energy that's out there is going to pick the perfect, divine, and right timing for you. And that way you're also not stressing out like, well, wait a second, I said by this time next year I'd have $1 million and I'm halfway through and I'm not there. It's really none of your business. And do you care? Let's say you made almost nothing in your business next year, but the year after that you made triple. It all really adds up. You actually technically did make that million. Do you see what I'm saying? So you need to leave open space to receive that or something better. And so when you're even sharing with your significant other or friends, or even when you're like talking to yourself, I want you to always say like, I want to have, this home or this business or feel this way or something better. Always add that. Leave that space because it's amazing. We don't always like think about what other possibilities there are, and there's endless possibilities that could happen. When I started adding or something better, it's incredible what came into my life that I never even thought about. So any questions that you have on manifesting, on these particular methods I use, or any other questions, just drop them in comments, reach out to me, and I would be so, so grateful to help you get on your manifestation journey. Thanks for watching.